The similarities between COVID-19 and Lyme disease cases that disability carriers just don't understand. Do you know that tick-borne illnesses like Lyme disease have symptoms that can be similar to COVID-19? Let's learn what those similarities are and what disability insurance carriers just don't understand about either of these conditions. Let's be frank, Lyme disease is very difficult to diagnose. People will present with fever, fatigue, muscle aches. As spring approaches, tick season heats up and the risk of contracting a tick-borne illness increases. And at the same time, we're now dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. As Americans engage in social distancing, some have retreated to second homes that are located in the mountains and wooded areas. And it's anticipated that we're going to see an increase not only in the number of tick-borne illnesses this fall, but at the same time, we're dealing with the first and probably a second wave that will sweep our country. There could be an intersection for an increased number of Lyme disease cases and COVID-19 cases. Now, disability carriers hate both kinds of claims, particularly if they're based on subjective complaints of body pain, fever, that sort of thing. If you have these symptoms, I think it's crucial that you get immediate medical care and give your medical provider a thorough history of your symptoms, the onset of your symptoms, how your symptoms have progressed, and if possible, a picture of the tick bite site. Now, if you've been exposed to COVID-19 and you have symptoms, obviously you need to get immediate medical care. Please give your medical provider a thorough history of your symptoms. Pay particular attention to the respiratory symptoms, including shortness of breath, fatigue, those sorts of complaints, headaches. Now, if you're having cardiological symptoms or symptoms consistent with blood clotting, those should be explained to the physician so there can be a really good differential diagnosis. There can be an overlap of symptoms, but the COVID symptoms are more system-based. In other words, COVID attacks the respiratory, neurological, gastroenterological, and vascular systems. You need to make sure that you're documenting all of those symptoms so that the carrier understands the symptoms and the impact that they have on your functionality. Because at some point, we don't want that intersection of these conditions to result in a claims denial. You owe it to yourself and your family to appeal a wrongful denial or termination of your claim. You'll only have 180 days in which to file an appeal if this is an ERISA case. So don't let the carriers rob you of your peace of mind. Call me today at 727-894-3188 and we can talk about your case, regardless of whether you've got a Lyme disease case or a COVID disease case. I can help you get the benefits you deserve, regardless of where you live in the United States.